glory since it came to the mainland from the Isle of Man in 1977. Cal Crutchlow to the left of your screen. Can he do for it? Valentino Rossi. That'll have them on their feet round here, Jules.
And Marquez is right after him. Crutchlow third, Vinales fourth, then
magnificent hanger straight, 205 miles an hour down towards Stowe. They tore now before getting back down the gearbox into third on Marc Marquez, but he always looks out of control. Look at Lorenzo.
That's Lorenzo, not Dobby, the first of the Ducati.
Lorenzo's right there, all over the back of Cal Crutchlow.
Tyre, totally different from his teammate. Marquez hard. We expect Marquez to have the hardest time. Oh,
already
slid up.
And that made it last night. The guy that wasn't expected to do any good won the first 3 rounds. And now Vinales is going to have the first 3 laps fast, and the rest of them going to be that 55 mile an hour back to second gear. Then it's up through the gearbox through Woodcock, getting on the fat part of the tyre now and blast it onto finish the first now, and you have to be committed kind of a corner.
And that's Dobby not wanting to see that group in front of him escape. He has pushed past the leading group.
Early days yet, of course. We have got a good 18 and a half laps to go. Look at Cal Crutchlow now lining himself up. Can he get past Maverick Vinales? Had pace all week long, that KTM. It's looking very, very good as a development bike. Now we're into turn 8 and 9. The tightest part of the course really
keeps his place. Dobby's in a hurry here. He does not want to see a gap appear to the front 3.
Blasting up through Aintree Corner now and onto the Wellington Straight. Another opportunity for Slipstream as they build up to 190 miles an hour.
I cannot either. I'm looking at Dobby. Is he going to get a Slipstream? Is he going to get it on the big straights?
Marc Marquez is doing a perfect job for Valentino. Yes, he does. Marc Marquez out the way at Cops. Great commitment from the Yamaha man. Yamaha 1-2.
Fastest lap of the race, Alex
in warm-up this morning, but this is race pace, and already they're under what they did in warm-up.
And Valentino has a 2.25 now.
Unbelievable.
In recent races.
Yeah, but how much talent is there in his side of the garage to try and sort that out, not to mention the man on the handlebar.
Speaking.
You don't. That's why I stopped for a moment when you'd said it.
Yeah, and also Valentino might be using the chassis they tested at Misano. Certainly.
Back in your chair at home, I hope you're enjoying the British Grand Prix here on BT Sport. And if you're around the pubs and clubs watching in as well, we go from the 93 of Marc Marquez. Dovizioso 0-4 in 4th place, 35 Crutchlow 5th, 99 Lorenzo 6th, Pedrosa
a little bit of time out of his teammate, only a little bit that time round. No, he doesn't. Valentino 2:01.8, fastest lap of the.
And here he is out front, Valentino Rossi, the GOAT.
Still only a second, but
Marc Marquez with him. Dobby's the danger man here. You've
That's
got to watch out
view.
for Dobby.
Has got to find a way past Marc Marquez.
Doesn't matter to anybody else but me. But Valentino Rossi wasn't.
I know, and you wouldn't. Valentino is stretching the gap.
That's why I made the comedy factor of it as we look at the rear end of Marc Marquez, who is now losing touch with Maverick Vinales. He hasn't run them ever since, whereas Lorenzo prefers the extra downforce they give. Unfortunately, Lorenzo is 7 or 8 mile an hour slower.
Vinales bought fastest lap of the race. Vinales 2:01.6.
Yeah.
That's a third of a second faster.
That's what we might have expected,
and the soft rear has only really been selected by Maverick Vinales.
2:01.638 was it going to expect either? No. I don't believe.
A shout out please from Bradley Smith, 16th on the second of the KTM.
Career under pressure.
Party line, exactly.
Yeah. So they were looking for anything that may give an excuse at the end of the year. They took away, and they've taken away now.
Still under a second. Rossi to Vinales first and second.
We're at the loop, looking at the Ducatis.
And it's a 0.10 of a lead through the last sector. That's Zarco, 8th place.
Maybe 250th Grand Prix.
Personal best lap to the race.
What's it now?
0.8
it was.
And it's both quicker than all the front 3.
Long way to go though. As we head through the flip-flop of Maggots and then Beckett's and then on to Chapel. It's the Ducati horsepower with no wings on it, so it's not got the drag that we've seen on Lorenzo's bike, and that is as normal. All systems
into its stride. Dobby's starting to look. He had to press hard early to make sure the front 3 didn't escape. We've lost some loads.
Okay, we have on our monitor here, so he's obviously up on his feet. Just another bout of depression coming his way. Don't worry, Sam, you've got a deal for next year. Wellington Straight. Down towards Brooklands, a left-hander at Brooklands, and it's the right at Lovefield.
Marquez getting flag out now. Dobby has other ideas.
Here we go, 0.8 it was, it's 0.6 now, so Rossi's been closed down by a couple of tenths. Dobby's on the charge. Just wonder whether Marquez has got anything left. Maybe Marquez, we've seen him do it at Phillip Island before, he's just laid off that front end when you need to bring it back, to keep it in comes the racing.
That's not a normal Marc Marquez suggestion I'm making. I think, as you say, he is perfectly bright enough to make that.
Or certainly took the edge off them, so they don't perform later on long runs. They don't actually wreck tyres anymore. That doesn't happen, of course, but through Farm, down to Village Corner, that's the right-hander. Then it's the loop, the left-hander that they're at now. Bosch was recorded at, and the break, 0.8 back to Viñales. It was 0.6, but they've met
the line last time round.
Let's see if that's correct again. 0.8, they would have got that 0.7, so it's dropped to 0.7 from what they thought it was.
Lots of personal bests coming in lower down the grid. Alex Rins in 9th place, Keith. Hats off again.
Valentino 19th and Barbara in 20th place. And Carol Abram is in 21st.
You could see in the background that Johan Zarco is getting across to
races of attrition. Let's see who's got what left in the last 5 laps.
Cal said on the grid, I'm going to watch Marquez, see how he saves this.
But you're going to have to go back to the recorder and find it, because you'll only look the first time you see it through one eye.
Because it's scary. Qualifying 2.
12 laps to go as we're on the Wellington Straight again. Brooklyn's on your right-hand side there, the big hospitality suites. They've got. I actually feel like we are part of the infrastructure here, as opposed to just some interlopers that have come to use their track.
Indeed, I don't know maybe the politics.
Valentino Rossi down to 0.5 at the line last time as we come to the Hangar Straight section again after we get through here as well.
Absolutely, but he's a man who has made progress across from the other group, and he's going to surprise Danny and Jorge any moment now.
Into 8, onto 9, down towards Club. The corner used to be a beautiful, long, fast corner as well. The next one, he wants to win the British Grand Prix. He wants to be the first Brit to win the British Grand Prix since it came back from the Isle of Man in 1977. Here in Yugoslavia. You're going back there now. Zarco. Sorry.
And Redding past Rins as well.
Gave Scott Redding 3. Some other wag in here said, well, I wouldn't give him that.
Yeah, Scott Redding also made some caustic remark about
Rossi. Visually, you can see has been closed up by his teammate. Past his lap of the race, Marquez last time. Oh, look at the braking point for the hot back, but without the wings, maybe. Turn 8, 9.
And you're right, this lead is
closing. Second, Dobby goes second. Maverick Viñales will look to snap back if he can. We're at Farm Corner now. You don't want to get that wrong. It's really quick through there. Down to the braking area in Austria, so he can deal with Viñales here in Silverstone.
No problems at all. Cool from Dobby. Now we're going to see whether Dobby
Cal Crutchlow.
But Crutchlow's come back after that mistake. He's back on him.
That's because they're all swapping places, Jules. They're letting Rossi get away at the front now. Rossi's lead again. He's going to need to get that done, and he's going to need to lead going down the Hang Straight towards Stowe. If he doesn't, he won't catch Valentino, because these guys, watch this, it's going to be up through the gearbox then, onto the 200-mile-an-hour plus back straight of Hangers, down towards Stowe Corner. The rhythm is over the green stuff. You'll get a penalty for that. Oh, look, straight up the inside of turn 8. Maverick Viñales very nearly had another go at it. Those sector times you get to the left of your screen are more up to date than the monitors we've got here in the pits, by the way. You get them at every one of the four. There goes Mark Comcioso. Marquez would have been absolutely aware that Dobby has now dropped Viñales
to a monster. How far back Lorenzo? Only 2 seconds.
I'd like to take a look at Rossi's sheet, you know, because I'll bet it's all 0.7, 2/10 taken out. Dobby's had an actual lap on his own with fresh air in front of him. That's the first time he's had that for this race.
Yeah,
been 35. That's the 25 of Maverick Viñales, the man who led away this season and has found it really difficult with the Yamaha 3 mile. Well, that is on one corner. 73-mile race here. The British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Formula One.
That one is.
You're too far away for motorcyclists to enjoy, really. They don't like grandstands, motorcyclists. It's something that the BRD...
Dobby is pushing, Marquez is going with him, they're closing Valentino down.
Yeah, this is going to be a real last 3 lap kind of a dash, isn't it? At the Hards, Valentino has rode a great race on the front. It's all about how he can respond.
Who's Cruff?
He's the geezer on 35. We're at Cops Corner, 7 laps to go then. 3.666 miles, and this man, sub 2 minute lap, the only man to have ever gone under 2 minutes around the Silverstone International Circuit. Blown up! You never ever see a Honda go bang. Mark Marquez, it's locked up, it's seized up, he tried to bump it again, and it's seized up.
5 go on the front straight at Saxonring.
That is championship. There's the live championship, Jules. Dovizioso leads the championship of Marquez by 4 points. If they put the flag, there is no oddsing something like that. Nothing he could do over a blow-up has got nothing to do with him at all. So it's just thinking to himself, it's about time it turned.
Yeah, Dobby's had some rubbish luck in the past couple of years.
Dovizioso, he only won 2.
Making sure he knows that Marquez is not there anymore.
But he needs the 25 points, beating Rossi here in Britain. Rossi's the biggest supported rider there is at the end of the Repsol Honda charge here at Silverstone. Marc Marquez is not going to take his hat off. He is going to be seething with that. Now you want
Zarco and Lorenzo going to and fro for 5th and 6th as well.
Valentino Rossi under tremendous pressure now.
0-4. Andrea Dovizioso on the Ducati. The man second in the championship. Until you take into account what's just happened.
Because millions of pounds to do what Dovizioso is doing.
Funny old game, isn't it?
Funny old game. Bike at an Italian round.
Hasn't happened since the days of Giacomo Agostini.
There'll be a lot of shovels being sold in the Misano area as they try and dig their way under the sold out. That's a long time ago. Rossi down to point 2 as he comes across the line now. This is Cop's corner. This is where Dobby has been particularly good. Thing down on the track, and these boys can carry on racing. Otherwise, we'd have been, really.
A stupid question. Could have missed gear or something, dude.
Or trying to bump start it again and it locked the rear end. You've got to say that something inside has come a little loose.
And the sight of a Honda,
Yamahas go bang at Mugello last year. That was, unfortunately, Valle's went in the race, whereas Lorenzo's went in the
warm-up.
In warm-up, indeed, so he got away with it. We have got Rossi, Dovizioso, Viñales and Crutchlow. Dovizioso is going to close down.
Over and done with.
No, they're not.
They are. And look in the background, Lorenzo and Zarco going at it hammer and nails.
Yeah, but I think that is down more to the fact that Rossi is
taking his time to use his ammunition. He has not wasted one shot.
Another Marquez out, and the grin on the back of the bull. Herb by the doctor, but has he got anything left in the locker to deal with Dovizioso's Ducati? Dobby looked at the inside, too far away from Valentino. He's going to have to make the move soon, though. Don't forget, Dobby can use the card of the way, new messages, what's going on. The rest have to wait until they get round and see their board at the end of pit lane. And 3.6 miles coming on the Mark VDS bike that he may take next year.
Scott Redding 8th is more like it. He's having a decent weekend.
So, is this the time? Wait for it, Jules. Down the national front straight. Is it going to be down the Cops? Wait the distance. It was last time. 2:02s they were doing. And again, absolutely, Julian, that is the statement of this commentary, because you are so right, and Dobby knows it, and he has the maturity. This time on the hanger straight, he goes to the inside of Valentino.
Yes.
Here we go, Ducati then down at Snow. Valentino tries to outbrake him. He's going to find himself out wide if he does through. Watch him down at the loop. We've seen Viñales at the loop in that bottom gear corner. He's been pretty cute down there. If Valle leaves the door open, Viñales is going for second place. Right. This is absolutely what dreams are made of. The British Talent Cup started our week here on Wednesday, and this is what they are spun straight now. There's no way that Yamaha's catching a Ducati down here. I said that last time, and Viñales made the pass on him. Here goes Viñales. Viñales through on Dobby. On 2 laps to go. Dobby comes to the line on the national straight past the pit wall. I wonder what they got on the pit board this time round. Doesn't matter because he's got it on his dashboard. And Dianone being forced to brake harder because Petrucci was going for the apex. Back at the front. Here we go. Dobby out front. Viñales. I can't see Viñales. That soft tyre has done the entire distance. Remember the soft tyre in the back of Viñales' bike? We almost forgot that.
Increased his lead over Rossi for 3rd in the round.
I tell you what, Dobby was wide on turn 8 and 9, then he was right
pushing.
out. He is still pushing, trying to keep these people. Dobby made just there. Just goes to show you how close to the edge he still is on that Ducati. Mind you, this is the area that Viñales is very, very good at. Building, offering the throttle in gently and then fully onto the Wellington Straight. Down to Brooklands we go. Juan Viñales, Valentino Rossi and Cal Crutchlow at bay. We're talking Ducati, 2 Yamahas and the remaining fast factory Honda.
The edge now.
Got to say that Dovizioso gained half a second between the loop and the line. If you remember the corner of the loop, that bottom gear corner there. You have a better exit out of Chapel there, onto the hanger straight now. Wait and sit towards the end of it. All depends on whether they build. David can't quite see the braking area as you come over the hill here for turn 8.
And here comes Viñales pushing in the section of the track you'd say would be Yamaha territory.
Miles an hour in third gear again. Then it's Farm, 115 mile an hour, building up through here now, slithering and sliding into the brake. Launches out at 45 mile an hour, up through Aintree Corner, up to 190 mile an hour through the gearbox. Viñales, he's not quite close enough to put, but he's got it covered here. He's only got to open the taps as we get through onto Woodcote. There is not a passing place for Viñales. He can make it go to Misano in Italy with Ducati leading the Moto Grand Prix World Championship. Scott Redding comes up.
Man, Bautista bounds out the top 10. Ducati management. Domenicali in tears. No one knew Domenicali had it. And that is Paul, his brother, retired.
Yeah. It's Paul on KTM.
Yeah.
Did he trip over? I was looking away at you then.
He tripped over. I just saw it. Oh, that's not deserved.
Maybe he didn't like the bike.
Whoa.
Paul Espargaro was 11th, by the way, in front of Tito Rabat. Carlo Petrucci, you saw. Ian Oney, you saw in that crash, the way they got tangled together. Mark Marquez got a blown motor, and Sam Lowe's crashed out. What it is, whether it's Dovi or Mark that wins the championship, but the fact is that that just makes the championship great. With we're on.